All right, hope everyone's well. The summertime heat is definitely starting to arrive here in South Florida, so it's bringing some good numbers with it, I gotta tell you. Let's dig right in. First things first, is something I don't normally note, but I want to look here. 367 pending sales last month, 469 pending sales in March there. So I think when April numbers come out, the closings are going to be really strong. Let's jump over to the usual things that we look at here. Most importantly, from 387 sales down to 358 sales. So we're down 7.5%. Not ideal, but definitely not terrible. On the flip side of things, if you look up 2,495 listings last year, 2,471 listings. So not down huge, down 1%, but at least we're chipping away at some of that for sale inventory. One thing I do want to note about the closed sale side, for the first time in a long time, I'll tell you, there's buyers around everywhere right now. We've been lacking that for a while, but now everything I'm trying to get into seems like it's going pending sale. Of course, depending on the price, but we'll get into that in a minute. Let's skip on over. Average price per square foot from 284 to 311, so up 9.5%. Again, those of you that have been with me for a while know, look, use this as a yardstick. Don't put a lot of weight into it. It's all going to be property specific. Waterfront property is going to carry a higher price per square foot than something inland. Same thing, small condo, price per square foot may look higher because the square footage is smaller. So all relative, but a good overall gauge of the market to look at. Kind of the same way I feel about the next one, median pricing. If you look at it, man, what a jump from 279 to 355,000, 27.2% jump year over year in median pricing in Fort Lauderdale. It's a big number. But what I really think's happened here is something I've highlighted in the past. The bottom has really come up, and that's what's driving the prices upwards. So again, at the end of this, I have a few words on that I'd like to say, but let's keep skipping right through. Days on market from 94 down to 91. So chipped a few days off, down 3.2% year over year. More importantly, I think, for sellers anyways, is that you look, we went from 88% of listing price to actual sold price. We're up a little bit, 3 percentage points to 91. So another piece of news to highlight that's good if you're a seller. Again, it's all relative. You price your property well, you're going to sell close to your listing price. If you do a lousy job, you're going to be way off. Months of inventory. Tried and true method that we've seen here. Shows us where we are in the market. Up from 6.4 months of inventory up to 6.9 year over year, 7.8% change. Little review for anybody that's new to it. 6 months of inventory is a balanced market. Less than 6 months of inventory is going to favor sellers. More than 6 months of inventory is going to favor buyers. Again, we're going to skip over to something in a moment that'll show you. It all depends on your price point, where you are in this months of inventory. So I know I breezed through kind of quickly this month, but it's because I wanted to squeeze some things in that I feel are really important for those of you trying to get a feel for what the market is doing in Lauderdale. First things first, last month I had noted that the predominance of the sales were taking place in that lower dollar price range. So continuing with that theme, 176 of the 358 units that sold last month were sold for less than 350,000. So 49% of the sales sold for less than 350,000 is the takeaway there. The lion's share of the market or the activity is happening on the low end. 350 and below again. There is 4.7 months of inventory below 350,000. Again, we just looked at the overall market, 6.9. So less inventory on that $350,000 price point and below. Average days on market, only 69 days on market if you're $350,000 or below versus 91 for the overall market. Conversely, It's looking at another thing I get asked about a lot, which is higher dollar properties. So if we look at properties priced over $1 million, 42 of the 358 sales, or just 12%, were over $1 million. There's 16.1 months of inventory of properties priced over $1 million. Again, that's all relative. We always carry more months of inventory on the higher end, but this is really getting pretty high. Shows you that the higher end is moving at a much slower pace. Of course, 145 days on market for over $1 million versus 91 for the rest of the market. So we're looking at a longer sales cycle, which you'd naturally expect in higher dollar, but some important things to note. Hope everyone's been well, and we'll see you next month. Take care.